over the Mother's Day weekend, Disney decided to re-release the live-action Snow White movie. I don't know what this has to do with Mother's Day. It was kind of a random decision, but it's really on its last legs, and they're just seeing how much money they can cough up out of this movie at the very last minute.
I don't think that's what it is.
Didn't make
because
any money at all.
It costs money to go back into theaters to take up those screens. So,
right. It's almost like a desperate attempt at gaining relevance back, but no one even talked about it. It was re-released in over 1,300 theaters domestically, and grossed from that nearly $210,000 total. That is a per theater average of $50 for the entire weekend, which I would believe is, with ticket prices these days, maybe two tickets, like two people.
Literally, that's me when I want to go see a movie and I'm like, I'll wait till Tuesday.
Literally, that's like 2, maybe 3 people per theater, and not families.
Yeah, because the kids would get cheaper tickets.
Who are these people?
I don't know. I did laugh at this tweet from Stephanie. It says, in honor of Mother's Day, Snow White is re-releasing in theaters. Take your mom to see a movie about a stepmom who wants to kill her stepdaughter.
Yeah, that seemed a little bit weird and out of conjunction with the themes in the movie.
Yeah.
Both the themes that originally existed in it and the ones that they rewrote.
It is also fair to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that just recently, given the Disney quarterly earnings report, they have essentially confirmed that both Snow White and Captain America 4, Captain America Brave New World, were ridiculous flops. They said theatrical distribution results were comparable to the prior year quarter, as the carryover performance of first quarter releases Mufasa, The Lion King, and Moana 2 were largely offset by the results of second quarter releases Snow White and Captain America Brave New World. What they're telling you there, ladies and gentlemen, is that all of the goodwill and the money that was earned by Mufasa, which did, for its bad opening weekend, ended up legging it out to like $770 million, made a lot of money. And then the obvious success of Moana 2, which was a surprise hit to a lot of people, not to us, because we heard people talking about Moana 2 in the summer when we were traveling. It was offset by the failures of Captain America, Brave New World, and Snow White.
It's so funny how they tend to phrase these things in earnings calls.
It has to be
make it sound as flattering as possible to the board and the investors. But I feel like it kind of relates back to like what we do. We're always trying to predict what will catch people's attention on YouTube and what topics appeal to certain audiences. Sometimes we miss, sometimes it's a hit. It's totally unpredictable.
It is. Well, I mean, not always. So recently we did the topic about waterboarding yourself, and I was telling her, and I think it has to do with a video at a time when you weren't here. Because I like covering that stuff because I think it's insane.
Sure.
But usually, in lieu of it being something that we're both interested in, those will be like the first to go. So when we covered that one, I was like, no, I've done a couple like these. It's going to bomb. Like, the live viewership will probably think it's hilarious and depressing. But upon rewatch, when the segment comes out, I don't think it'll do well.
Right.
And that was pretty much the case for most of those types of segments. It also happened over the weekend because we did the thing about 10 Things I Hate About You. And I was like, I don't think people are gonna, like, there are times where I make videos about things that I'm interested in that I know, like when I did the video about the Royal Pains reboot, I'm like, literally, I'm making this for me. It's literally a side quest because nobody's gonna care. I am the only one who's gonna want to hear about this stuff. I was thinking about making one for Suits LA, which was canceled after 1 season. But I was like, nobody cares. Like, there's a reason it was canceled, because nobody cares.
Well, sometimes also we put out a video thinking it's not going to do well, and then it does big numbers out of nowhere, and it makes it really hard to predict. That's just some inside baseball.
There was a Jaden Smith one
YouTube
that I didn't think was going to do well that did very well.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to predict, but like, I'm just thinking about how they plan out these theatrical releases at Disney. And I wouldn't have expected Mufasa to do as well as it did. It wasn't gangbusters, but then Moana 2, easy to predict the success. Snow White, on paper, you would think is an easy win for them, but they did everything they could to sabotage it. And then upcoming, the Lilo and Stitch live action movie almost certainly is going to make them over $1 billion.
I would think so.
It sucks that it has nothing to do with the actual quality of the entertainment that they're making, because I just know, based on looking at the trailer, that the live action Lilo and Stitch is slop. It's just slop, as was Mufasa. It was very easy to tell. I'm looking at these alien characters that they're putting in Lilo and Stitch, and it's just not something that translates to live action. There's a reason why it was animated in the first place. And they made these characters that used to be cute look terrifying.
Like
Maybe not Stitch, but the other aliens, they just look terrifying and soulless. And it doesn't matter because people will just tune into the slop anyway. It's disheartening to know that like our standards have dropped so low.
That
and
is
it doesn't
true of
matter
animation.
anymore.
Lion King, live action
Lion King.
With its like really creepy, emotionless faces.
That flopped, right?
No, it made $1 billion.
What?
Yeah.
I just don't understand people. How could they possibly want to go see this like weird uncanny valley baby lion with beady eyes and no character in its face? It's creepy.
1.6 billion worldwide.
Is that just the international audience that is booning it up?
So no, because it made it made 500. It only made like a quarter of it in
It's
America.
a glorified nature documentary, but they made it into a musical.
Yeah, under 2 hours though.
I just don't understand what people like anymore.
Also, if you're wondering what the final totals were on Snow White, it just barely crossed 200,000 or 200 million here
You
worldwide.
mean total?
Yeah.
For its entire run, including this past weekend.
202 million.
And they spent what, like 400 million on it?
A lot of money was spent on it.
Wasn't it like 270 on just the production?
We'll never even know because of all the reshoots and everything. So we'll never ever know.
Definitively lost like hundreds of millions,
Yes.
we can say that confidently.
And if you want a better example of this movie getting absolutely spanked, look at the Revenge of the Sith, which was re-released in theaters like 2 weeks ago and made $42 million.
Yeah.
So if you're losing out to not even like Star Wars that people necessarily love the most, but Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sad.
There's a winning formula, and it's everything that they used to do and they don't do anymore.
Also, if you're wondering, Thunderbolts had like a 55% drop this weekend, but the problem is the opening weekend box office was so low it doesn't even really matter, even with your name change making it New Avengers. So look, they have a problem going on at Disney right now. I do think Lilo and Stitch is going to make a ton of money.
Yeah.
I do think that it's going to make
Undeniable.
$1 billion at the box office, and I think a lot of people
even
believe
without
that as well.
cross-dressing Pleakley?
Yes.
What?
So, as for Rachel Zegler, she's got her next project she's working on. Gal Gadot is going to make a movie where she's playing an escaped World War II prisoner, right?
Correct.
Remember? Right?
She goes on a hunt for Nazis or something.
Yes. It's very on brand for her these days. So that's gonna be great.
Yeah, I guess that's gonna do big numbers in Israel. So
I don't think anybody expected Snow White to make a ton of money this weekend, but reopening in 1,300 theaters is no mean feat. Sinners only fell 30% this past weekend, so it's still making tons of money at the box office, and that's on a brand new property that they're going to be giving back to Ryan Coogler in 25 years. He's going to re-own it again.
Hit, huh?
Yeah, it was. So I just don't think anybody was surprised by this. It's kind of giving Morbius.
The re-release?
Yeah.
But there's no mimetic energy to it. So
But
it's not like
they
Morbius
tried,
re-release
though.
at all.
But they tried and it failed. They both failed. It's like Morbius in that it failed.
Did they
They should have done some type of meme campaign. You know what they should have
Yes.
You know what they should have done? They should have taken the over-exaggerated lower lip videos of Rachel Zegler and then AI'd them to talk about the re-release and put them on official Disney sites.
Right, because then if you do that, Rachel Zegler contractually can't even say that she's mad about it.
Yeah.
But there was a suspicious absence of memes about this movie that weren't just like bullying Rachel Zegler.
I don't know if there is
Not that I have a
any.
problem with that, but there were no memes about the movie itself. I
What-
guess because so few
what would they
people
have
actually
been?
even watched it, they
What would they have
couldn't
been?
use any of the material.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what those
I
memes
saw
would have
like
been.
people clipping Gal Gadot and saying, "Why does she sound like Scooby-Doo?"
Yes. Well, there was memes about her being like having no like ability to sing and her line delivery being bad.
Gal
But that was just
Gadot-
mean-spirited. Just like the stuff about Rachel Zegler's appearance was mean-spirited. I feel like Rachel Zegler, the way they talked about her with the exaggerated lower lip thing is what they're doing to Bella Ramsey, where with every new meme she looks like Shane Gillis more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bella Ramsey is getting dragged.
It's very mean.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.